Hi, welcome to GBAC's Boardroom Innovation Series. I'm your host, Yusuf Azizullah. In July, we are going to be looking at innovating United States rural areas. Since President Trump came into power, rural areas are the new focus. I want to show Fortune Global 500 companies the opportunities that exist there and how to innovate that. In this issue, I will look at global capital markets, and then we'll get into innovating rural areas, United States. We'll also take a look at a little bit more about GBAC, who the company is, how many people, how many chairmen read my content and my blogs. Global capital markets. NASDAQ 100, a very tech-heavy component, has 31%. S&P 500 about 17% almost. Bulgaria is still the largest market in Europe. Euronext 100, after the French elections, it's a very Paris-heavy component index. It has about 17.6% returns. Moving on to Asia. Kazakhstan, former Soviet Republic, a landlocked country, is the highest in Asia, about 51%. Moving down to Israel, one of the most innovative countries on the planet, is having about 4.5% returns year to date. Nigeria, a major economy in Africa, it has about 11.12%. New Zealand, for the first time, they broke previous records, about 10.99, just about in the last couple of days. Recommendations for chairman, really looking at with fourth industrial revolution, where are the economies that are fast growing, where you can have strategic opportunities for products and services, and maybe mergers and acquisitions and ventures and partnerships. BREXIT, my recommendations are right now dividends that are coming from European countries into UK are not taxed. After Brexit, the sense is that they will be taxed at 5%. This will affect your cash balances, your balance sheets. Chairman need to be aware and have a dialogue with your CFO about that. Foreign exchange, moving money between in UK and out of UK is going to get more costly, more time consuming. Hedging should be a major part of this game plan. So have those discussions with your CFO, get a report on that. Innovating rural areas. Before I begin, I want to explain that tech industry is the engine of innovation. President Trump just last week met major tech CEOs. You're seeing Apple, Microsoft, Amazon CEOs and other from 18 major companies, American Technology Council to modernize the federal government. Some issues were raised, boardroom disruption. Chairman must be mindful, trade wars, NAFTA. President Trump wants to renegotiate it or get out of it. Time will tell, but that is a major disruption. And this causes also, walking out of the Paris climate withdrawal, and concerns for tech industry is immigration, H-1 visas. These are some of the concerns, and this is shaking up employment. Innovating in rural areas. Almost 25% of the population of United States live in rural areas, focusing mainly on employment as agriculture, crops as corn, soya beans, and other grains. United States is the largest producer for corn. We export to European Union, Japan, Mexico. NAFTA renegotiations, corn is going to play a big part in it. But these individuals living in those rural areas need to understand they have the same desires as you and I. Better jobs. When you go to conferences, you always hear jobs of tomorrow will be different. Yes, but nobody talks about what are those jobs. GBAC will tell you some of those jobs. It's going to be a hybrid between current technology and modernizing infrastructure. In this case, will be agriculture. Here's where the opportunities of the market exist. GBAC research tells us that about Fortune 1000, less than 1%, 0.8, are physically located in populations of less than 50,000, where populations are less than 50,000, urban clusters as they're called. There is the digital divide happening between the urban areas and the rural areas. My recommendations for GBAC is these potential innovators, any of these companies, or Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Google, SAP, Khan Academy, or any disruptive startup can actually come and take the lion's share. What is GBAC recommending? Having traveled to Africa and other continents, innovation centers, building an innovation center, a knowledge innovation center in the rural area. Yes, so we're going to be very expensive, capital investments to build a plant and equipment. Well, President Trump voters, many of them came from rural areas. So if the federal government is going to be very cooperative and much more ear opened, listening to and opportunities, giving companies subsidies and tax breaks from local government and county governments to build and come and bring jobs in those areas. So all these companies need to take a look at that. Global buy-side investors might ask me also that is costly. In this day and age, the Chinese investors, there are Middle Eastern investors and other investors, African rising billionaires that might be very much interested that you should sell other than US and UK. So you should sell corporate bonds and equity rounds in other countries. Apple recently sold in Taiwan. So here's an idea. So sell in other global markets to raise the money and have subsidies from the federal government. Then a point to understand, whichever companies goes and takes a lion's share there, trading platform becomes a gold standard. Their platform, so it might be Microsoft, might be Amazon, in your career choice, it depends. Who's going to grab this? I'm telling you, showing you the way. Fourth industrial revolution, as things get modernized, investing the trends of healthy eating, non-GMO, healthy seeds, much more lasting, grain resistant to weather. These kind of technologies can be used and be taught at those innovation centers, and jobs can be created for the rural communities. Keep an eye on disruption around the corner. GBAC can help you with strategy retreats, leading the discussions in your boardroom for boardroom oversight with our customized education courses just for you. Who watches my content? I'm very humble for Forbes 400, in Europe, Euronext 100, Nasdaq Global 500, Nikkei in Japan, Korean, Kospi Exchange, Johannesburg. These are some emerging markets. These are some of the markets in so many countries. I'm looking to partner with companies to have an opportunity to share more of my knowledge with. So keep an eye on disruption. I will see you much more often, every 2 to 3 weeks. So expect a video blog from me. Have a wonderful day. Great 4th of July. May the innovation be with you.